Hey guys, so I'm back with another video, and in this video we are going to continue our Blazing Chat application, that this real-time chat application using Blazor WebAssembly and SignalR. So I have this. Let me open a second instance in Chrome, and if you are following me from last videos, then you would definitely guess what this is. So this is because the state, this auth key, this is already expired. That's why it is showing this error. So let's log out and try to log in again. Then we have this, refresh this to remove that error, and now we are good, and it shows postman user. This is online, and if we check for this one, postman user is online, and this Abhay Prince, this user is online. So let's continue from here. So next thing, what we discussed, when we click on some user from here, then it should come up to this chats list, right? And this screen, this should change when we click on that user. So it should change in the lower bottom. It should show some text box or text area to write a message, and the upper part, it should show the previous messages. So let's do this. So for this chats, first thing, we are on chats page, so let's have one more collection which will say, let's chats only, and it will also be of type user DTO because it will have the same username and all those things. So chats, and we will pass this chats to the chat list component. So this is chats list. Let's go to components, chats list, and we were having this users. Let's change it to chats, and we should be good, right? Let's change this also to chat. Okay, fine. All our chats now. Okay, cool. And then from here we will have this chats, and we will pass this chats collection to this and this thing. So if we save it, everything should be affected. But next thing, when we click on some user from right side, it should automatically add to the chats collection if it is not already added to that collection. So let's do this. So when we select some user from users list, it actually triggers this handle user click, which invokes this on user selected, and on this side we have this on user selected, this thing. So we have the selected user. So maybe, not maybe, let's change it to full body method. And now selected user is user. The next thing, we will check if this user exists in our chats collection or not. If chats dot any c goes to c dot id is equals user dot id. If that's the case, or let's say if that is not the case, then we will add this user to our chats collection. So chats dot add, and we will add this user to chats. Rebuild and apply changes. It's loading. Okay, and it got added to this collection. Random user, new user. Okay, so the user is getting added to this left chat section. Now next thing is, okay, if the user is already added, then it should at least show which user is selected, right, from this left chat section. So let's add something. Let's say this user detail. Let's modify this to have one more property which says is selected. And when we are adding this here, or okay, we should do this. Okay, that means we should change it to have where chat user equals, we would say chats dot first dot default. Then we will have the same predicate, same condition. We will check if this chat user is null. That means this user does not exist in the chats collection. Then we will add it to chats. Or maybe okay, we can have the existing approach as well. So before adding it to the collection, we will simply say it's selected equals true. And if this user exists, so do this. If this user exists, then we will set chat user dot is selected to true. Yes. And on the basis of this selected, we will change the appearance of this user. Okay, so maybe uh, let's have a class. This is chat details, no, not chat details. We need it in chats list. Yes, this one. So on this, let's check if the chat dot is selected. If this is the case, then do something, and if this is not the case, then do something else. So for now, we can have pg success and text white. If the user is selected, if that's not the case, we will not add any of these class. So I think we are good. Let's see. Okay, let me stop it and rerun. Save, run. So it's running. User. Okay, and the class is not getting removed because we are not resetting the its selected flag. Yes, so before setting it to its selected, we should say something like chats dot for each where chat in chats, and we will say chat dot is selected equals false. Or instead of looping through all the items, we know that there will only be one uh, chat selected at a time. So let's get that and change the is selected to false for that particular user. So we will say selected chat user chat.first.default where c dot is selected, and if selected chat user is not null, then change its is selected property to false. Okay, let's see if we got this. Let me rerun it. We have this. Now if we check, it is only using one chat user as this green, which is the selected user, right? So we could say we are good, and same is for this also, selecting the chat. Okay, now next thing, let's modify this section. So let's have one header with this username, and this is our chat details page. Fine. So h2, did we added some styling to this? Yes, we added some styling to this, right? So maybe we need to get rid of this styling now. So first thing, let's have background for now, and we will remove these classes for now. Can we comment this? No, right? Okay, fine. And remove deflex as well. So next thing, in chat details page, let's add a wrapper element which will have a display flags. Now it will have kind of three sections. First, header, let's call it header only, then body, and then the message, something like message input, and then this will say chats list or messages list. Fine. So we had these things, it should be here, and the main header. Okay, all this should be in else part, I think. Okay, so if else, and then move this to here. Fine. If selected user is null, we will show this message, and if we have some selected user, then we will show this thing. So first thing, this header, we are going to have left side for this name, and right side, let's say some cross icon to cancel out this thing. So let's have it flex only, and justify content between. So it will have first item at left, and second item is right side. So let's have this thing here, selected user dot name, and then on right side we will have something, button class btn danger btn sm, and we will display a cross there, this x sign, right? Let's see how is it looking. So it looks like this. Now next thing, because this is deflex but this is not display flex, let's add it here also. And we don't need this, but for this thing we need width 100%. Still not working. Let me try to fix it. Alright, so we need to add this flex grow one on this child element. So let's add this class. Then we should have some background color also for this header, right? So for this header, let's add some background color also. Fine. So instead of this thing, we will have this, and on this header we will have, let's say, we can try our main color. What was that? bg main. bg main and text white, and we need to remove the left and right, what is this, padding or margin. Okay, we have this call sm8 which has left and right padding, so we can have padding left and right padding as 0 for this, right? So let's have px0. Fine, px0 and bg main. So px0 is going to be on this thing, px0. After that, h2 class text white, and we are good for now. Next thing is, when we click on this cancel, it should remove this selection, and if we don't have any message in this list, then this user should get removed from this chat section, from this left section. So let's do this. So on this chat detail page we will have another parameter which says event callback on cancel. Okay, on cancel, and on click of this we should say on cancel dot invoke async. And when we click on this, it should trigger this on cancel, and it should be a parameter, and we will use this parameter on this thing. So we will say on cancel, and we will create a method here which will say handle chat details cancel, something like this. So we will have this private async task, this thing, it does not have anything. Then we will say that the current selected user, we should remove that user. No, first we should check if we have any chats for that particular user, and that should come from, okay, for now let's have one collection here. So we would say private I list of, for now let's have settings, we will change string, we will change it later. So let's say messages, which is a list of string by default. And now we need to create a method, private async, or let's add void only, handle cancel click, and then we will check if we have, and then we will change this on cancel to let's have a boolean flag here. Okay, we will check if user had some messages or not, right? So we will say if user has messages, so we will check if messages dot any, if that is the case, where should remove from chats list. So it will be the opposite of is user has messages. So if user do not have messages, does not have messages, then we should remove this from here. So we will call this on cancel dot invoke async, and then we will pass this should remove user from chats list. So let's change this to this async, and now we need to modify this also. Now it will have this boolean flag, and we know which user is currently selected. So on the basis of this, handle user this, we will remove it. So if this flag is true, in that case we will remove the user from the list. So we could say chats dot remove selected user. Let's see it in action. Let me run it. It's here. Let's see if it is working. We have this. If we close this, nothing happened. Is there any error? Looks like there is no error. Then why didn't it work? Or maybe it's working because we are removing this select user, and this is not directly part of this chats. Let's see. And if we, okay, this is not the one. If we click on it, yes, it should be true. No, it is false. Why? Let's try. Continue. Click. It is coming to this, but not coming to this. Handle user click. Oh, sorry. Handle cancel click. Oh, my bad. So this handle cancel click, we should use this here. Okay, let's run it now. It's here. This breakpoint. Now this time user has message is false, should remove from chat list true. Continue from here, we are here, true. Currently chats will have one element, and if we do this it has 0 elements, and continue. So it got removed from here. And if we add 2 3 users and we call random, click on random user, and if we remove this random user it should get removed from the list. Let me remove the breakpoints, continue, and random user is not here. Oh, it should also get update, right? So new user, but it is not changing. Okay, this is also my fault. So after removing this, we should change the selected user back to null, because now there is no user selected. Oh, it is very bad sometimes. So C# changes, hot reload does not work. Sometimes it works for simple changes. Let's see. User loading, and let's add 3 users. Abhay Prince, remove this user, and fine, we have this message. Random user, new user, let's remove new user. Yes, random user, let's see, remove random user, and the list is again empty. Okay, fine, and it is working fine. Okay, now let's add this thing in next part. The we have selected user. Now we will add the message input box first, and then we will send messages to the user. Okay, so if you like my content and you want me to keep doing these things, please like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be uploading all the parts very soon. Bye bye.